welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a really long time since I posted anything. It has been a crazy season in our house this past month. I've been out of town. We just started back up with soccer, Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts. I've been trying to get our associations, our homeschool associations co-op up and running for the fall semester. And also I had been the vice president for our homeschool association here at Fort Bliss. And now I've picked up the president, or not picked up, but stepped up to the president's position. And it's been crazy dealing with that and just lots of stuff. I always tell people I am so much busier as a homeschool parent than if I worked outside the home. Like, I know that's true because I've done both, and I feel like I just take on way too much sometimes. But anyway, this is one video I've really been excited about getting out to you. This is going to be a video on our science curriculum for the 2019-2020 school year. We have done lots of science curriculums in the past, and I found this one just by accident. I can't even remember where I found it. It had to have been on a YouTube channel video. Because I'm always searching for curriculum when I haven't found one that I truly think fits our family the best. And science is hard for the younger grades. Because I always want something where they're going to learn, but they're also going to be very hands-on. So we stumbled upon this. And this program is called No Science. This one is Biology 1. Grades 1 to 3 are around ages 5 to 8. This is the instructor guide. And then instead of being a textbook, it comes with all of these literature resources. And then it comes with some hands-on science kits. So I'm going to first get into the instructor's guide, and then I'll show you everything else. So let's move some of this out of the way. Excuse me. Okay, so you're probably like, what does this mean? Let me open it up and show you. So this curriculum is published through Logos Press. And it is a Christian-based program, for those of you wondering. And some of the science programs that they have are Biology 1, Physics 1, Chemistry 1, Biology 2, Physics 2, Chemistry 2, and then Physics 3 and Chemistry 3. Let me see. Does it say yes? Okay. So if you can see that there, if you're wanting to check out the website, logospressonline.com is their website. And they don't just have, this isn't their only curriculum. If you're not familiar with Logos Press, they have lots of different types of curriculum. So here, excuse me, here's the table of contents. What does No mean? I am sorry about the cough. My goodness, my allergies have been awful lately. Book list and experiment kits, weekly schedule of topics, additional materials needed, introduction, the No philosophy, the No method, No notebooks, lab experiments, samples, reproducible pages, weekly reading and experiments. So this goes into what does No mean, okay? It means to perceive with the mind, to understand, to have understanding, to think upon, heed, ponder, or consider, train the brain. And so from Romans 1:20, for since the creation of the world, his invisible attributes, his eternal power and divine nature have been clearly seen, being understood through what has been made, so that they are without excuse. And then the Greek word to understand is noeno. So this is about understanding, to have understanding, to think upon, heed, ponder, consider, train the brain, all while focusing on biology. So here is the book list, and I will show you all of those books in a minute. I will also show you the experiment kits that come with it. And then we have a weekly schedule of topics. So it's 36 weeks. You start out with weather, and then you go into, we talk about Pasteur, bacteria and fungi, invertebrates, desert habitats, the woods type habitats, birds, seashore habitats, fish fish, water mammals, wild animals, and then the human body, the different systems, heart and lungs, digestive system, kidney, skin, hair, bones, joints, muscles, brain, senses, plants, and then you end with plants. Then it shows items needed and weeks that you will need those items. I always love when they do this. This makes it so much easier for me to plan ahead. And then it goes into the introduction and the philosophy. I won't really get into all of that. And reading that, if you're interested, you can just kind of pause and read there. Then it talks about the different method, the teaching method, classical, and then the Charlotte Mason. So this is a very kind of, it's kind of a mix between a classical teaching method and a Charlotte Mason approach, which is really kind of what works best for our family. And then down here, it talks about the approximate ages and grade levels for their different science curriculum. It talks a little bit about the notebooks and then the lab experiments. And then it gives some examples, okay? So these are some examples of children that have done like little lab reports and things like that, what you would use for their notebooks. So these pages where it's got like drawing and then reading notes, definitions, those, they have copies of those blank pages for you to use. And there are different ones you can use depending on age. And then here are the reproducibles. So for instance, if you, like my 6-year-old, he's not going to be writing a lab report, but he can draw what happened. So I can, this is option 1, I can copy this, put this in his notebook, and and then he can do that. The next option is where there's a drawing and then there's a little bit of writing involved. Third option where there's not really any drawing, but there's notes on the reading and then maybe definitions you might have them look up. So here's an example for a lab report. What I did, what I saw, I think this happened because. Option 2 where it's just writing instead of the drawing. And then this one is a lot more detailed. And then you get into the weekly reading and experiments part. So this is the instructor guide part where they break it down. So for instance, this is week 1. And it shows this in a 4-day setup. Now, if you don't want to do it in 4 days, if you just want to do it in 2, then you would just combine what you're doing on days 1 and 2 for day 1, and then day 3 and 4 would be day 2. My kids tend to sometimes, like most kids, not have very long attention spans. And so we have decided to do this 4 days a week. This will be the first year we're doing science 4 days a week instead of 2. And it works out a little bit better because they get a little bit each day. And I'm not trying to cram so much into their brain all at once. And it's spaced out throughout the morning with our Bible and our history and geography and all those good things. So it's a little bit of each subject in the morning and not real heavy on the information all in one day. Plus that gives us a little bit of time, excuse me, to fit in any additional experiments I might want to do. This curriculum does come with experiments, but I've got lots and lots of books full of fun, different additional experiments that we can do as well. I mean, you all know if you're a homeschool parent and you've been doing this for any amount of time, we always add to our curriculum, and I do the same for history and science especially. We may go into the library and get additional books to read about certain topics, and we always find different hands-on things to do to incorporate into the subjects just to make it more hands-on and more fun. So the way this is set up, you got your weekly schedule, your supply list, and then it kind of goes into detail a little bit more each day what you're going to do. And it's broken up like that for all of the weeks. If you can see that. And I love the way this is set up. It's so easy. So easy for parents. Definitely excited about this. And then it goes all the way to the very end, which is week 36. So that is the instructor's guide. It's not very thick because it's just very simple, very straightforward. So what I'm going to show you now are all of the fun book resources. Now, I bought all of this together, and I can't for the life of me, because I can't remember much these days, cannot remember if you can just buy the instructor guide separately. I'm pretty sure you can, and I would assume so just because some people may have some of these books already. There was only one that I had already, and so I figured having 2 copies of one book, especially this one book, and I'll show you what it is, wouldn't be a bad thing because then they can share and look at it while we're going through it. Okay, so I'm just going to go through them, how I have them here. So this one is about Louis Pasteur, the fight against microbes. This one obviously isn't one you would sit and read straight through. You would read a couple pages a day. These are really fun, and they seem a little bit younger than maybe, for 3rd graders, but it was nice because my 6-year-old is doing this with us too, and so they were very on his level. And then at the very end of these, it has different facts, so that's really cool because my 3rd grader is very into just random facts about everything. So you've got one on the sun, clouds, rainbows, rain, wind, and snow. Then you have weather clues in the sky. And then in the back of this one, let me show you. They have a couple little, well, this one is make a cloud. There's a glossary, further reading about weather, and then there's an index for that. This is one small square, the seashore. So this is really cool because these are about habitats, and so it's talking about just one small square within this habitat and everything that you might find just in that small area. So this is very, very cool. And the same, we have one for woods and one for the cactus desert. Then we have earth science and weather experiments, in earth science and weather with toys and everyday stuff. Science with plants. This is an Usborne activity book. The Boy Who Drew Birds, the story of John James Audubon, which is really cool because I am from southern Indiana. Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to hit the camera there. I'm from southern Indiana, and my hometown is very close to Audubon Park, and so I grew up learning a whole lot about John James Audubon. But this is really neat. I love how they have not only like drawn pictures, but pictures of real things as well within here. So this is all about his life and what he did. Very, very neat. And then they have a Dover coloring book of Audubon's Birds of America coloring book. So I always love to incorporate drawing and art and things into our different subjects. This is a really nice way when I'm reading, especially if I'm reading something more nonfiction. I like to let my kiddos color while I'm reading. Keeps their hands busy, but then they're able to kind of stay calm and quiet and listen to what I'm reading as well. This is a really cool book. This is called My First Book About Weather, and it is an informational book, but it's also a color book too. So this is really neat. I just copy the pages for them, the ones that we're going to be covering that day, and they color and we talk about the information on the page. Very neat. This is the one I have 2 copies of now. This is the first encyclopedia of the human body, but like I said, not a big deal that we have 2 copies of this, because then if I'm reading out of one, they can sit and look at the other one a little bit easier. And I love these Sworn books because they have the internet links in them, and so you can just add on to what you're already learning by clicking on those little links. Like right here, it says you can find more information and fun activities about mussels, and then you just go to their website. And then the last book is the First Animal Encyclopedia. This is a DK book. And my kids, they cannot get enough right now about animals. Nonfiction books about ocean animals, land animals, insects, all that stuff. They just absolutely love it. So I'm really excited to have all of these resources, because I think for them, at least my kiddos, they just pick up things so much easier with books like this as opposed to a textbook. And then the science kits. So the Noeno Science curriculum partners with the Young Scientists Club, which is like the Magic School Bus science activities and things like that. And they have these different kits that go along with the different not subjects, but the different topics you're going throughout the curriculum. Excuse me. So I'll go through, see which ones. This one is kit 17, and I believe that one is the weather. This is kit 10. Just one second. They're always knocking on the door. Science kit 10, bacteria and fungi. And it comes with quite a few of the materials. It will tell you if you need anything else. For instance, here it shows what's included, but then it's like you need water, 3 small plastic cups, a black marker. So a lot of these things you're already going to have on hand. This one, I believe, is the weather kit because I've already opened it. Let's see, kit 18 is accessory organs of the digestive system. This one is the senses, and this one is bones and muscles. Now, my aunt, a couple years back, well, a few years back actually, for my kids for Christmas, instead of getting them all individual gifts, got them a subscription to the Young Scientists Club. So we got a kit every single month. And my kids were so young back then, we didn't really do many of the activities, but I kept them. So I have a lot of these. And so some of them we may be able to add into the curriculum if they correspond with plants and the human body and all that good stuff. But that is the science kit. And like I said, I am super duper excited about this science. I don't know if I've been this excited about a science curriculum yet. So I am just keeping my fingers crossed that it goes well throughout the year. And I will definitely, halfway through our year, I will definitely do another video to let you know how it's going. But if you have any questions about this curriculum, you can just post them in the comment box below. And I will post the link in the description box for the curriculum. But thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching my video. If you're not a subscriber, hit the subscribe button below, and I will see you all next time. Bye.